Rising interest rates, we saw one of the largest one-week increase since 1987. The Fed pushed the rate up 0.75%, which pushed the average rate for a 30-year fixed home mortgage to 6.1%, and it likely will go higher. That has many people wondering if they missed their window for buying a home within their budget. We're being joined by real estate expert Kelli Guidry with some guidance on if you're buying or selling a home. And right now, the market it's cooled a bit, but it's not cold yet.
That's absolutely correct, Eric. So we're still in a seller's market. We still have a shortage of housing on the market right now. So sellers, for the time being, yield the power. However, we will most likely see some decrease in competition as we move into the summer months.
And there's kind of a quandary here because, when you could buy a house at a really low interest rate, the prices were sky high. When the prices will start to drop a little, the interest rate is getting a lot higher.
It is. Now, I will say in May, we saw a price cut in the New Orleans market for the first time in quite a long time. And over 10% of homes sitting on the market did get a price reduction. And
Chairman Powell said that, the Fed will likely raise the prime rate again, either half a point or 3/4 of a point again. That's gonna jack up rates for a lot of home buyers.
The rates are increasing. However, it's really important for us to take a step back and look. If we look at over the past 5 decades, we actually see that we're still at historically low interest rates.
Well,
so,
the trouble
that's definitely.
Yeah, the trouble is we got so spoiled by those really low rates. I mean, the Fed's interest rate for a while was like 0.
It really was. But that also helped to stimulate the economy while we were going through the pandemic.
So right now, what's your best advice for someone who is either trying to buy a house or sell a house?
So for someone who's trying to buy a house, if you're looking to do so, now is definitely the time to do it. If you're waiting for the interest rates to go down, you'll likely end up paying more in the long run. So it is, really important to keep in mind that when you buy a house at the interest rate, whatever it is, you will be able to refinance somewhere down the line whenever the rates go down. And not only once you buy a house, you're building equity into that asset that you own, but you're also boosting your net worth instead of your landlord's.
And for somebody trying to sell a house right now, they probably won't be getting the instant offers that they were getting when interest rates were, 2 and 3%.
That's right. So we have seen a decrease in offers and less competition on the market. So it's really important to make sure that you're pricing for what the market is now and what it's headed into versus what it was. A lot of the conversations that I'm having with sellers right now is just because we can get an appraisal to comp out at a higher price doesn't mean that we can attract the buyer in.
And let's talk about when you go for a loan, if you're buying a house, a lot of people are opting for adjustable rate mortgages. And those can be okay in the beginning, but they can be really a problem later on down the line.
As long as you keep an eye on it, I think you'll be fine. They usually balloon in a 5-year period of time. Another thing for buyers to consider is talk to credit unions and see what it is that they're offering. Sometimes they're offering a lower interest rate than what we're seeing at traditional lenders right now. All
right, Kelli, are you still optimistic about the market, though?
I am. We're still going to be in a strong market. I don't foresee anything crashing as many people fear. We still are in a housing shortage, and that's the difference right now. So even as we move into later on in this year and more houses come on the market and we're just seeing a cooling of the market, we're just going to have less competition and we're going to go back to normal levels.
All right, Kelli, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Hopefully interest rates won't go up too much higher if you're buying a house. All right, we'll be right back.